Hi guys, this is Rainy from R&Y Garage here in Phnom Penh, and welcome to another episode of Sundays with Rainy here. And today I want to go with you through a little topic which is quite interesting for me, since we live in a very polluted world, especially here in Phnom Penh. The traffic is traffic jam, we have pollution in the air, the car stocks, and there is a lot of CO2 and carbon monoxide in the air from exhaust fumes, and we have a client who bought that little unit here to see how much CO2 and or carbon monoxide as well is in the car. Is it any danger? He's a little bit concerned about his family, which is fair enough. We want our families growing up healthy in a good environment. Phnom Penh is not the best place for this, we gotta say. And what we have to understand is that when we are 5 people in a car, we're also producing a lot of CO2. So we should actually open the windows sometimes to let fresh air in and not always breathing our air which we just let out. But also we want to test this car, especially for a reason of carbon monoxide. Do we have some exhaust fumes coming and entering the cabin, or is there an exhaust? He suspects an exhaust leak on his car because he smells something. So we want to test that, and I have a special machine for that. We call it a smoke test, yeah? We're gonna be here all, yeah? And smoke test. So we have a special machine for that. It's like, we call it a smoke tester, but it's actually a big vaporizer. And there's a liquid in which we're vaporizing, and it builds smoke. And we can check the whole system. Many systems like vacuum systems, air intakes, and as well anything but should not leak any air, or we can test with that tester and see where the smoke comes out. And I prepare that now for you and will show you how we do that on his exhaust system and see, are all the gaskets sealed? Is there nothing coming out, especially in the engine bay, which is very critical, and that could go into the cabin and it's not good for your health. So check that out. So we have that machine, we're gonna hang it in here. We're gonna give us some power here from a battery on the car. When we do it in the front, we are plugging that to the battery of the car. And we have that thing here, which we are inflating and we are putting into his exhaust. Okay. And this basically seals the system here. And what we are looking for, that should be sealed. And now we are pressing the vape on. What we are doing now, we are going around with a torch and we will see, is there anything leaking in that system. So, and I'm going basically here underneath the car and look at the exhaust can. Is there anything along the exhaust? If there's any vapor coming out, it will take some time until it travels to the front. But for the moment, I cannot see anything what may leak here. We're gonna do a double test and I'm gonna take it out one more time if there's really vapor coming. So just to double check, so you see, it could be stronger. But so far we cannot see any leaks here on the system. Because it should go all the way to the front. Yeah, on the exhaust manifolds, maybe you're coming around and go in here, you can see a little bit the exhaust manifolds up there. If there is some leak, there's some vapor coming out, but I don't see anything critical. There's a bit of oil there. but that doesn't need to be from the exhaust, it can be from the cylinder valve cover gasket. So we shouldn't be too concerned about that. But the exhaust looks pretty sealed, and I will let it run for a couple of minutes more and we'll see how it goes. But otherwise we can tell the client your exhaust is sealed and there aren't any issues there. Okay. Normally we have here around this resonance, I'm not sure how to call them. We have sometimes behind here some leaks, but it looks all pretty sealed. There are no black fumes. Also, we gotta say this car is an LPG conversion, so the exhaust fumes when you're running it with LPG are way different than gasoline, and for sure absolutely different than a diesel car. Diesel cars are sooters, they are smelling, there are fumes all over the place, while LPG, actually the emission what comes out of the exhaust is half as much as on gasoline. And I would say that is pretty safe, even for a car which is 30 years old. Okay guys, I do just a last visual check here now. We let the car down to see exactly is there any vapor coming out here in the front on the gaskets of the exhaust manifold, and I cannot see any smoke, any vapor coming up here. We would see that very clearly. So we will assume that system is pretty sealed. There is no issue with the exhaust fumes coming in here, and I can basically tell the client you're good to go. It is not from your exhaust. There are no exhaust fumes in your cabin or coming out where they shouldn't come out. So I hope you liked that video and it gave you some informations about how we test that things. We try to diagnose the problems as fast as possible and as precise as possible. The repairs sometimes are very, very small, but you gotta find the issue. So I hope you liked it, and thanks for popping in. Be reminded, we are still available for you for your monthly maintenance on your car to save you as much as possible money and keep your car safe on the road running. So hope to see you next week again, and thanks for popping in. Peace out. And now, just take the fume.